Episode titled Eevee's Strange Friend. It was a normal morning. Everything in the pig family house was calm. Mummy Pig was cooking breakfast in the kitchen. Daddy Pig was sitting at the table reading a newspaper. Peppa came downstairs and said hello. George was playing on the floor with his dinosaur. Little Eevee sat nearby, quietly watching. Everything looked the same as always. After breakfast, Eevee went outside. She walked slowly and looked around. It was quiet. Eevee reached the edge of the yard. There she saw someone. It was a girl. She was standing still. Eevee walked closer. The girl looked familiar, but Eevee could not remember where she had seen her before. The girl did not smile. She just looked. Eevee said nothing. The girl took a step back. Eevee followed her. They walked toward the trees. Eevee did not look back. She just walked. The girl walked ahead. She did not speak. After some time, they reached a place Eevee did not recognize. The trees were closer together. There was less light. The girl stopped. Eevee stopped too. The girl turned around. Now, Eevee could see her face clearly. It looked like her own. Eevee did not move. The girl tilted her head. Then she quietly said, "Let's go further." Eevee did not answer, but she took a step. They walked deeper. The forest became quieter. Eevee could no longer hear the house. After some time, the girl stopped again. She pointed ahead. There was another Eevee, exactly the same. She was looking at them. Eevee stopped. She did not understand which one was real. Then the first girl stepped aside. The second one stayed. Both of them looked at Eevee. Eevee stepped back. Then she turned and ran. She ran between the trees. She did not know where to go, but she felt she was being watched. She ran out of the forest and came home. She did not stop until she closed the door. The house was quiet. Everything looked normal. Eevee said nothing. In the evening, she sat next to Peppa. She looked at the floor. At night, Eevee lay in bed. She could not sleep. She heard a quiet voice. It sounded like her own. In the morning, everything looked normal. Eevee sat on the floor next to George. Peppa looked at her. Eevee lifted her head and smiled. Then a second later, she smiled again. Exactly the same. Episode titled The Second Eevee. It was a normal morning. Everything in the pig family house was calm. Mummy Pig was cooking breakfast in the kitchen. Daddy Pig was sitting at the table reading a newspaper. George was playing on the floor with his dinosaur. Little Eevee was sitting nearby, quietly watching. Peppa came downstairs and said hello. Everything looked the same as always. Eevee played quietly and did not talk much. After breakfast, Eevee went to her room. Peppa decided to check on her later. After some time, Peppa heard a quiet laugh from the room. It sounded like Eevee, but slightly different. Peppa walked to the door and looked inside. There were two Eevees in the room. They were sitting across from each other. They were not moving. Peppa stopped. One. Eevee turned her head and looked at her. The other stayed still. Peppa did not go in. She quietly closed the door. During the day, everything looked normal. Eevee was playing on the floor. Only one. Peppa said nothing. In the evening, Peppa heard the same laugh again. She walked to the door. This time, it was slightly open. Peppa looked inside. Two Eevees were standing by the window. They were looking outside. Then one of them slowly turned. She looked directly at Peppa. Peppa felt it was not the same Eevee. She stepped back. At night, Peppa did not sleep. She listened. The house was quiet. Then she heard footsteps. Small footsteps. They were walking in the hallway. Peppa did not move. The steps stopped at her door. Then one voice quietly said, "Can I come in?" Peppa did not answer. A second voice repeated the same words. Peppa closed her eyes. The footsteps went away. In the morning, everything looked normal. Eevee was sitting on the floor next to George. She was quietly playing. Peppa sat next to her. She looked at Eevee. Evie looked up and smiled. Then a second later, she smiled again. Exactly the same.